How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, first and foremost, Phil, you may or may not hear this because you are a very busy man. But I'm going to thank you anyway, Phil, to the depths of my soul. You took the time to interview Bonnie. And if anybody don't know about Bonnie, y'all will know because I'm not going to let up. She was the #1 witness of the slaughtering of Botham Jean. She was the one that was the first that got that videotape out and seen the murderer, Amber Geiger, perform like the enemy perform. And she has been blackballed by the enemy, and we're not surprised by the enemy's antics. And so the royal family has really been coming through. I will get there. I want to focus on Phil for just a bit. Phil continues to get the backlash. And there has been some things that I know that are going on behind the scenes that Phil has helped our family. And these things I can't even mention because it would blow their cover. This man is involved in some stuff that is helping some very high-profile people. You know, because he ain't gonna get no help from the enemy. That's for us. That is our duty and responsibility. And I thank you, Phil. I thank you, and I thank the people that email me that can't get to Phil, but I can get to Phil. And he doesn't question it at all. He knows what's going on. He takes it like a king supposed to take it and run with it and do what he do with it. And I ask no questions. He'll come back and respond to me, and all I say is, thank you, my king. And I have to thank you, my king. It's sad that you continue to get the backlash from all the other fuckery, but we are in a war. And we can't let distractions stop us. And I would be a hypocrite to say that I felt some kind of way. Yeah, I felt some kind of way. But I know what it's like to be in the wilderness and be beat down by my people and lied on by my people. And I have to pull away for a minute. And I imagine he had to, but he didn't. Because there was greater things pending in this war that the type of platform that Phil have, because it's one of the big ones out there, we end up having to go back to him anyway. So I can own it, Phil, that, yeah, I felt some kind of way, my king. But that did not last very long. I would be a hypocrite because I know what it's like to be drugged by our people and in the wilderness. And I thank you to the depths of my soul for taking the time to do what you have done for many in the royal family. You know, it's a thankless job, and you got many people that gonna treat you that way, and you have to make up your mind what you're gonna do. And that's for that individual. And if he would have stepped away, I wouldn't have fought them at all. But there's something greater. So again and again, Phil from the Advice Show, I thank you, my king. Every time I ever needed you, you never questioned it. You just took it and ran with it. So I'm thanking you personally to the depths of my soul. So as we continue on, my royal family, Phil did interview our queen, Bonnie, with her beautiful self. And we're going to listen to it because it needs to be shared over and over and over and over. We got to keep pounding. We got to keep fighting. And we got to keep doing what we need to do in the war. This is endless. This is thankless. There's going to be many if you decide to get in the pit. Or you're going to get sand thrown at you. But you stand firm on your position like I always say. We come from royal stock. So let's sit back. And we're going to listen to this 20-minute interview. And I learned some more things. Even though me and Lisa Cabrera interviewed our queen, we learned some more things. And also, before we get started, because I have talked to Bonnie, we do stay in communication. She thank y'all to the depths of her soul. She is so overwhelmed with the love from the royal family. So anyway, my royal family, let's listen to the interview. Let's see, make sure I got it going. Let's see, let's refresh.
So back in September 2018, we heard of a case out of Dallas where you had a brother by the name of Botham John, and he was killed by a Dallas police officer named Amber Geiger. And when we initially heard the story that she walked into the wrong apartment and killed the brother, we all thought that was strange. And then we end up seeing a video that Bunny shared with the world of Amber Geiger walking back and forth. And we don't know the full context of everything, so we're talking to Bunny today. Bunny, thank you for joining us on the show.
Absolutely.
So Bunny, walk back to that time with us. Did you hear the actual shot? How did you get the video?
I did hear the actual shot, and that's what prompted me to go outside and actually start recording the video. I heard everything prior to. Some things I'm not at liberty to speak about, but I did hear the actual gunshots, and I heard a male's voice say, "Oh my God, why did you do that?" And then that's when I went outside. My video actually started about 60 seconds after the actual shooting took place.
In your estimation, how many shots you heard?
2.
2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about the Southside Flats apartments. Okay. So Botham John, was he on the 4th floor?
He was on the 4th floor.
And then Amber Geiger, she lives on the 3rd floor at the time?
That's correct.
Okay. So is there any way, shape, form, or even possible for her to confuse his apartment with her apartment?
No, I wouldn't see how. The elevator, the garage, the hallways, everything is marked with what floor you're on. And had she had come from the garage, she would have had to walk down 2 pretty long hallways to get to his door. So she would have passed plenty of indication to let her know she was on the 4th floor.
Okay, it was also stated that when it initially happened, that she stated that she saw the door kind of ajar. Could those doors be ajar for any reason?
No, the doors close automatically. They're firefighter doors. They close as soon as you release them. I've never had the door over there stay open at all.
Now, have you seen Amber Geiger at all prior to this incident?
No, I had never seen her before.
What about Botham John?
I've seen him in passing, yeah.
Did you speak to him here and there?
Just hi, how are you type of deal. I never had a real conversation with him.
But based on your interaction, does he seem like a good guy?
Yeah, he was very, very friendly. He always seemed, when I did see him in passing, he seemed to have good energy about himself and be in good spirits.
So after you heard the shots, you saw her going back and forth at the time period. Was she calling 911? Who was she talking to?
From what I could hear, it did not sound like she was making a police call. It sounded like a personal call. It was just a lot of crying, a lot of hysterics. She was just pacing back and forth for at least 7 minutes, according to my video, at least 7 minutes. And she was on the phone crying. It didn't sound like, from what I could hear, it didn't sound like she was calling the police.
So did you think that she was crying because, oh, shoot, or do you think she was crying because she felt she made a mistake?
Honestly, I don't know. I felt like she was just extremely emotional is what I got from it. She just seemed very hysterical.
Did she, in the process of the phone conversation, did she mention anything that she was trying to render aid?
No, I never verbally heard her mention it, and like I said, I physically seen her walking back and forth, so she wasn't rendering aid.
Okay, so all the police and medical personnel arrived. What was the initial conversation that you heard when they arrived?
I heard them kind of pull her to the side and say, "You're doing too much." I did hear another police officer take her cell phone from her. And I know that they took her back over to the actual scene where I'm assuming his body was laying. They did not remove her from the scene. And that's pretty much what I heard when the police arrived.
So after everything, ended, you had this video. I mean, what was your mindset when you saw this video? Like, I know you watched it a couple of times.
I did, and I actually didn't take the video with any, I didn't plan on uploading it at all. I actually didn't upload the video for 2 days until after the actual shooting. The next day, I'm looking on the news, looking on social media, trying to figure out what was going on. And I see a conflict in the story. I see that it's what she was saying was completely contradicting to what I had seen. So that's when I made the decision to go ahead and upload the video. I was hesitant. I didn't want that attention on myself, but I kind of felt compelled to do something. So I went ahead and uploaded the video just because I knew what was on my video was contradicting to what she was saying happened.
So once you uploaded the video, it's up on social media. Who's the first person to start contacting you when it went viral?
A lot of people, a lot of celebrities contacted me. Every news station I can think of contacted me. A lot of people contacted me claiming to be Botham's either classmates or cousin or somebody. And I actually was able to get in contact with a legitimate cousin of his. She put me in contact with Allison, Botham's mother. She put me in contact with Lee Merritt. And then I was able to kind of get my information over into the right hands.
Okay, so all the media outlets that start contacting you, was it local and then also national outlets?
Yes, both. Mm-hmm.
Now, what was the overall theme from the local media and also the national? I mean, did they just want to know information, or they were trying to put words in your mouth? I mean, what was their overall theme?
They all wanted permission to use my video, first and foremost. The majority of them wanted to speak with me. They wanted to do interviews with me. And I actually did do one interview, only under the basis that I would be able to view the interview before they were able to publicize it. They actually chopped up my words a little bit in the interview. They mixed stuff up. They kind of made it seem like I was sympathizing with Amber, saying that she was hysterical and she regretted what they kind of made it look like I was defending her. So I did not give them permission to go ahead and air that interview. And after that, I didn't speak with anybody else.
So when you viewed that interview, you took time out to try to share the story. How did you feel once you was watching them literally propagandize, a very, very serious event that you witnessed?
I knew from that moment that I should not speak with anybody else. I knew how they were trying to play this. They were trying to use me as a piece to the puzzle to try to justify what she did. Me being the only witness that was willing to come forward. They wanted me to be on her side. And that made me, I just shut down completely. I didn't speak to nobody else. I didn't take any more calls, no interviews or anything like that.
So after that, you shut down the media, which is a wise decision. In this space that we're talking today, that, there's a lot of propaganda against our community coming from those outlets. We call it the white media because they are literally towing the line of white supremacy. And we need to, speak to our community about these issues. Mm-hmm. So after all of that happened, when did the police, Texas Rangers, etc., start coming to speak to you?
The very next day, and they came consistently every day for at least 2 weeks straight.
Okay, now you say consistently, you say once a day, twice a day?
Once a day. Once a day, every day for about 2 weeks.
Did they ever tell you that you would maybe help them with their investigation? What were they asking?
Yeah, they told me that they would appreciate my help within the investigation since I did witness more than others. They wanted to know what I witnessed, where I was standing, where I took the video from, what I heard, both before and after the shots. And I did speak with the DA. I did hand over my video to the DA. But once it just got very repetitive, they started asking me the same questions every single day. And that kind of made me feel like they were trying to get me to change my story or try to, set me up in a negative light. So I just completely stopped talking to them as well.
So when you felt like you wanted to stop talking to them, was it because you were starting to feel criminalized?
Yes. I couldn't understand. I couldn't make sense of it, why they wanted to have the exact same conversation every single day. And I did get a feeling like they were trying to get me to give a different answer, and they were trying to pressure me to say something that I said differently yesterday. And at that point, I just discontinued any type of communication with them.
Now, outside of the local police, and also I know the Texas Rangers got involved. Did it get even higher than the Texas Rangers?
Yes, the DA, and also I was visited by the feds as well. I asked them why they wanted to speak with me. They weren't able to tell me why. They weren't able to tell me whose orders that they were following to come speak with me. So I didn't communicate with them at all.
Okay, so you say feds. What organization in the federal government visited you?
That's another reason I didn't speak with them. They couldn't. They just told me that they were the feds. That's literally what they said to me. And I knew at that point, you can't even tell me, what branch you're working for. I'm not speaking with you.
Okay, so they didn't identify themselves as Federal Bureau of Investigation, Homeland Security, nothing. They just said, I'm the feds.
Yep.
Now, and how did they show up in your home? How were they dressed?
They had on suits. They had on black business suits. They denied me any business cards. They denied me any, they didn't, the one gentleman did give me his first name. They wouldn't tell me their last names. They didn't have any information.
Well, wouldn't that be real strange to say you're doing an investigation, you don't know who these men are, they don't give you a business card, they don't give you anything. How do you know they were actual feds?
That's just what they said, and that's why I did not speak with them.
Okay, so they harassed you basically for you stayed about 30 days?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so after all that happened, how did your personal life go, like with your employment, etc.?
Well, people within the community, I guess, found out where I was employed at, and they started harassing the company. They were posting to my company's Facebook page, calling, emailing the corporate office, telling them I'm a radical, I'm anti-police, I'm a black extremist, all this type of stuff. And my employer actually fired me for that. I threatened to go to the media over it, and they actually took it a step further and blacklisted my credentials. So my credentials are no longer valid in the state of Texas.
Okay, well, since they took that measure, let's talk about a few things. The people, and I'm using that very loosely, so-called people, they labeled you as a radical. Are you a radical?
I'm not a radical.
Are you a black extremist?
I'm not.
Not at all. Okay, so who do you feel these people are that called your company?
People that disagree with me uploading evidence against Amber.
Okay, so this company that did this to you, did they even hear like your side of the story?
They did. They gave me a chance to explain myself, and they simply told me they didn't want their company associated with a high profile case. And because of that, they were letting me go.
Okay, so what's the name of this company?
I'm not giving up the name.
Okay. So Texas is an at-will state, so they unfortunately they can get away with that. So they blacklisted you. How did they blacklist you?
I actually got my credentials from this company while working for them. I also acquired credentials. I was working. It's a pharmaceutical company, so they were able to blacklist my credentials because they were the ones that issued it to me.
Okay, was your credentials through the state of Texas?
Yes.
Okay, in the kind of way you can appeal that?
I'm in the process of it, and that's why I couldn't give you the name of the company. I'm in the process of appealing that now.
Okay, so how did it hurt your income by blacklisting your credentials?
Well, tremendously. Getting fired, my income stopped coming in 100%. And then trying to get, other jobs, I don't have the credentials anymore. So I would either have to take way less pay, about half of what I was making with my credentials, or I just have to go into a completely different field.
Now, as you're looking for jobs, people kind of recognizing your face a little bit due to them putting your information out there. Do you feel safe here?
No, not at all.
Did you have any incidents to say, I think I need to move around?
Only online. Online only. There's been a lot of, bullying, maybe harassment via Instagram, Facebook, stuff like that. I haven't had any physical incidents.
Okay, what did they say to you online?
Kind of the same things that I was telling you they were posting to my company. There were a few threats. I did get a few threats from people saying they weren't going to leave any witnesses behind, telling me I needed to watch my back and stuff like that. Okay,
and these like troll accounts or these actual people accounts that did this?
I did my fair share of digging. A few of them are legitimate accounts and a few of them were troll accounts as well.
Okay, so after dealing with harassment, felt like you're being criminalized for something you had nothing to do with at all. They found a way to take away your job, take away your credentials. they literally put you in a space like you killed Botham John.
Hmm.
So explain to us just kind of like where you're at today with all this.
Today I'm just taking it one day at a time, just trying to deal with everything. In addition to losing my job over this, I'm also an entrepreneur. I had gotten to the point where I was generating income from Instagram with my clothing brand. They deleted my personal account where I initially uploaded the videos. A few days later, they deleted my business accounts as well, from both Instagram and Facebook. So I'm dealing with that. I'm trying to rebuild my followers back up with my business. And that's where I'm at today. I'm just in a state of rebuilding right now.
Okay, so Facebook, no, Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, they decided just to take down your accounts.
Mm-hmm. And they sent me an email telling me that my posts were against the community guidelines. My business account, I don't understand that. It's a clothing brand. There's nothing posted on there except clothes. But they told me it was against their community guidelines, and they deleted the page.
Because based on what you told me, that clothes is not against the community guidelines. Were you selling like lingerie or something?
No, mostly T-shirts.
Okay, T-shirts. Did the T-shirts have any like curse words?
No.
Or okay, so what it's at least sounding like to me is retaliation because they have a direct link. Facebook do direct link with a lot of these law enforcement agencies, so they wanted to probably just harass you, and unfortunately, that way. So you have what, a website now? Or how are you promoting your clothing line now?
I'm just trying to rebuild everything. I started from scratch. I also started randomly experiencing problems logging into the back end of my website during this time. So I deleted that website. I'm just starting from scratch right now. And no, my website is not back up yet.
Not back up yet.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I saw, you also had a GoFundMe.
I do. One of my ex-coworkers from the job that they let me go, my manager, she watched me go through all of this. She knew what was going on with me. She wanted to do something to help me out, so she actually started a GoFundMe for me. She's since then handed it over to me, but yes, she did start a GoFundMe for me.
Okay, so no matter what amount someone gives throughout the world, it goes directly to you, correct?
Yes, it does.
Okay, and the moment you get your clothing line site or whatever you want to, post it at, let us know, because we'd like to share it on our community tab, and
Okay.
because we want to do everything we can here to, people throughout the world, because we have a lot of people watching throughout the world, could also purchase, from you as well.
Okay, yeah, I absolutely will.
So, as an American citizen, that done the right thing, how do you feel when you see your government, because the police, Texas Rangers, allegedly feds, their representation of your government, how do you feel knowing that they're coming down on you and you did nothing to no one?
I just feel ostracized. I feel belittled, and unfortunately, I'm not surprised. I didn't think it would go any other way. Amber has received so much support from her community, and I feel like I didn't receive the same. She's the one that actually pulled the trigger, that murdered somebody. I'm the one that tried to help put a murderer behind bars. And it just seems like she got so much support and I got none, which is honestly why I made the decision to start speaking up. I actually didn't come forward about anything I was experiencing till about maybe a month ago. During the beginning of December is the first time I really spoke out about this. And I kind of felt compelled to speak out about it. I just felt I was doing more damage to myself staying in the shadows opposed to just coming forward.
Well, the beautiful thing about speaking up and people knowing your story, because some people didn't even hear from you, and the great thing is Sister Lisa Cabrera and Sister Kimberly from the True Royal family told me about you, and even though it was just ironic that we was trying to contact you and they had to contact, so it was beautiful. But we interviewed Sister Melissa McKinnis in St. Louis with about her son Donye Jones, and the community came out in great support. So I believe that the community would do that again.
I believe that too. And yeah, that's another reason I didn't want any attention from this. It's not what I did it for. But I had to kind of humble myself. I needed help, so I decided to speak out.
Yeah, I know we so used to doing things on our own as a
Yes.
community and say, oh, I got it, and being so strong. But sometimes we need help from others, say, hey, brother, sister, kind of help, can you help us out,
Yeah.
and we need to do that. So, I definitely encourage that, We try to do much as possible, here as a platform, but we definitely in support of you. We definitely in support of any future endeavors that you want to do, and if you want to tell the world something that maybe we didn't touch, there's people all over the world, many countries watching. What would you tell them?
Just not to be scared to speak up and to do it sooner than later. If you have something that you need to say, to just speak up. That's as simple as it is. That's what I would tell them. Speak up.
That was a powerful interview, Phil. You did your thizzle. Even though me, like I said before, even though me and Lisa Cabrera interviewed Bonnie, I found out some more stuff that was eye-opening to me. This won't be the last time we will hear from Bonnie, because I'm going to stay in contact with her because I want to make sure that she is okay. And I said it was a must that I put this interview on my channel because I want the royal family to share this on your platform. Share this everywhere. It is our duty and our responsibility to look out for our own, like they look out for their own. And they feel some kind of way when we look out for our own. Just to show y'all here that Bonnie does have a GoFund, and let me refresh it, because it's been moving. Oh yeah, it's been moving. People have been very gracious in donating, and Bonnie is very overwhelmed. She did not expect the love that she has been receiving from the royal family. And so Bonnie, we're gonna keep you in your royal family in our prayers. And I know that you are watching your back, and I know that others is watching your back too as well, my queen. And I'm just really overwhelmed and happy that you are receiving the support that you deserve. You didn't do nothing wrong, and you know it. And this is an example of staying on the cold. And again, Phil, I don't know how you do it, brother, because our folks can show well down on you. You know how we get down when we want to pound on each other. But there's something much more greater. When you do these videos, you'll realize that you may have your mind set on what you think you're going to do, and it takes you into a different direction. And as always, I got to thank my queen, Lisa Cabrera. We out here pounding the pavement as usual. So my royal family, I'm going to end it right there. But this is what I need you to do. Render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.